Hey, what's up guys? Real quick before we get into the video, I just wanted to go ahead and plug my former alts guild. Mermillo is actually recruiting and looking for some people to fill their ranks. Anybody can apply as far as I know. I've stepped down as leader since I'm not really playing my alt account anymore, and I got some very capable guys running the guild now. So if you're interested in maybe joining, it's, you know, somewhat progressed player, late game, I'm sure, wants to do decent in Guild Wars. Generally, they hover around rank 50 or so, from what I remember. So if you're looking to get into a little bit more competitive, but not super sweaty, pretty cool place to hang out. The guild Discord is in my Discord, which you can find down in the description. There's an application section that you can fill out, and they'll contact you. There's also like a recruit program that we're doing, to where like you get access to a recruit channel, and you can talk to the guys in the guild and get some feedback on builds and etc. If you're not quite ready to join the guild yet, then they will kind of coach you and help you out until you get to the point where you're ready to join. Kind of like, you know, a trainee program or whatever. We've had a couple of guys join the guild with doing that. So if you're interested, hop in my Discord. If you're not in my Discord already, what the fuck? Join my Discord. And yeah, let's get on with the video. Hey, what's up, my dudes? Back with another video. Today we're going to go over these dev notes real quick for these balance changes that we got coming here. So let's just get right into it. So for the 5 stars, we have Melissa, Ball Saxon, Aramintha, ML Leo for 4, ML Roman for 4, Pilus for 3, Azalea, Adley, and Butcher Boy for 3 stars. Neat. Alright, so, and then they're doing some other stuff. With this balance adjustment, we will also make improvements to the souls acquired by all heroes. Additionally, we will correct the issue that caused certain heroes to not properly obtain souls, or obtain an incorrect amount when an additional skill was used. The target heroes for this are shown below. Bologna Soul, Hatan. There you go, Breeny. Fucking Hatan buff, man. Sick. Alright, so first we got Melissa here. So, right off the bat, they're changing her soul burn, which just, I think this is her S2, right? It just made her S2 do more damage before. Now, it's put on her S3 and it's ignore effect resistance. And they added, it just gives an extra turn now. Before it required a crit. Now it just gives an extra turn. This makes Melissa significantly better, because the fact that now that you can burn her and she can carry her own book on top of that, you can ignore getting effectiveness on her and actually build her to do the damage that she needs to do. So that whatever 50 to 80 or whatever effectiveness that people were running on their Melissas before, they can dump that, get 50 more crit damage, etc. and reliably land this debuff on tankier targets, which is pretty pog. I mean, Melissa was good already, and they basically just made her like very, very good. Like she's on par like with a lot of the top end units now. I mean, she was great before, but I think now she's actually like, if I was to put it in tier list terms, like S tier. She's actually insane with this change. It's very good. Let's go ahead and read the reasoning just because. The first hero that we will speak about for this balance adjustment is Melissa. Following the first balance adjustment that was given to Melissa, further improvements will be made to Melissa's core ability to make her a more effective and stable hero. First, a critical hit requirement, which was necessary in order to receive an extra turn for her skill Blood Bloom, will be removed. Melissa is a hero that requires her skills to be linked, especially in regards to manifestation, which should be used after Blood Bloom. Oh, I guess Might, that was the soul one then. Therefore, regardless of whether or not a critical hit occurs, Melissa is granted an additional turn, which will allow her greater consistency in having an additional action. Yeah, because I'm sure some of you guys out there have a Melissa with like 98% crit, and it really feels shitty when she doesn't crit. Because that shit happens. You know, if it's not 100%, it's 50-50. This is a really good change as well, because like, I'm of the belief that like getting 100% on a unit, 100% crit on a unit is generally not good. Because like you effectively lose out on damage. And there's also elemental advantage too that gives you bonus crit. And then there's potential imprints you can have on your team that also give you more crit. So hitting that 100 threshold, unless it's like a cleaver, because missing a crit on a cleave kind of sucks. But like a bruiser, missing a crit, you know, it's annoying, but it's not like you're going to lose because of it, right? I think it's better to look towards getting more damage over getting 100% crit, personally. So, yeah. Additionally, her soul burn effect has also been changed. Her soul burn effect, which was originally available when she used Might, has been transferred to her skill Blood Bloom, and its effect will be changed so that it ignores effect resistance. With this change, Melissa will now be able to reliably dispel all buffs prior to attacking and cursing the enemy. Being able to dispel all buffs from her enemy prior to attacking is a very powerful effect. No fucking shit. And will greatly increase Melissa's first turn, which with the curse debuff. Melissa, a hero whose usage greatly depends on the effectiveness on her skills, and we hope these changes will help increase her viability. Yeah, it'll make her easier to build, because you used one of those units before that just needs a ton of stats, right? So basically this change, it just made it so that you don't have to stress getting 100% crit. You don't have to stress getting effectiveness. She can still do her job, you know, get like 85 plus 90 plus crit. Don't worry so much about effectiveness. If you in turn on, you know, nuking something turn 1, carrying your own book, blow something up, and then just go from there, right? So good change for her. I think she's very good now. And then we have Ball Sack here. So I read this earlier. His S1 now attacks 2 enemies, which is pretty pog. And then Dark Cloud, I believe, is his S2. And 2 turn cooldown? This is Unmola, this is Mola, right? Wow, that's actually really good. Balance is on as one of the heroes I was with Epic 7 from the beginning. Will be adjusted so that he can play a meaningful role for all our heirs. With this adjustment, the performances of his basic skill Ghost Haunt and Dark Cloud will be improved. The cooldown time for Dark Cloud will be reduced by 1 turn. After being skill enhanced, it will be lowered an additional turn, making it 2-turn skill, which is pretty good. 2-turn skills are nice. Excuse me. You know, it's just, if you have Edika's, it's a 1-turn cooldown. So no cooldown. This reduction in cooldown time creates positive synergy with artifacts, Edika's, that can reduce skill cooldown time, Edika's. In addition to this, Ballsack's basic skill, Ghost Haunt, will be improved so that it attacks 2 enemies. It will have a strong impact as a basic skill. I see him being pretty good for that, the Earth Expedition now. I mean, the fact that he hits, like, he AoEs every single turn is pretty good for that, I think. Might be a decent RTA pick as a fire pick. You know, he comes with a good amount of debuffs. The damage on his S2 is pretty nice now. So, I don't know. I think he'll see more play? Probably not. Just because everybody hates how this dude looks, myself included. I wish this was Sage Bale getting buffed because I like his kit a lot more. He's a lot funner to use. I used Red Bale and Sazan to initially push the Challenger like a year and a half ago. So, yeah. Mine turned into a Slate, and I don't know where he is now, but maybe he's in my J-Kisei or something. Because when I recalled my Sage Ball, he was in there, and I opted not to get him back. I kept the Slate instead. So, I don't know. I mean, it's a good change. I think you might see him more now than you do, but I don't know. Like, you still won't see him very often, I don't think. But it's a decent change. And we got Aramintha. So basically, we don't know what these mods are, but basically they increase the damage on her S3 and her S2, right? They turn her S2 into like an actual attack instead of the bullshit that was there before. And yeah, it gives you attack buff regardless now. So Aramintha got a buff, and she's actually like a pretty decent fire support damage dealer now. Like, she's got a stun, she's got an attack buff. She's a decent pick. And RTA. And then we got our boy, who I just debuted like a couple weeks ago, right? Let's see how close I was. Well, they gave him a detonate. That's something I suggested in my video. This is still not 100%, but it gives you decreased speed, which speed down is a really good debuff. So neat, I guess. Detonates bombs inflicted on the enemy. And it decreases the cooldown of his Raku ability too. Huh, that's interesting. I don't know if he's gonna be useful though. Still, there's still the issue of immunity, right? Things are still immune. For him to detonate, he has to take 2 turns and not die before then, which is pretty difficult. So I don't know. I'll try him again. If you guys want to see me try another Leo debut after he's buffed, just let me know. I'll just toss some gear on him during free equip. We'll get free equip during this, and I'll screw around with him some more to see if I can come up with some cool stuff. But I don't think this changes very much. So, yeah, it doesn't really change much, I think. They give him a detonate on a bomb, which is pretty nice. But he doesn't get like an extra turn or anything like that to where he could do it immediately. He's like, even in defensive situations, like there's immunity, there's cleanses, there's the fact that he might get CC'd for his next turn. There's so many variables. Like you literally need to run the gauntlet and you know, not get hit by a single book bag, you know, on the way down to fucking actually detonate a bomb. Is how I'm looking at this. So I'll test them out. I really don't care what they have to say about Leo. And then they buffed Broman here. I kind of looked at this a little bit. They gave him an extra turn Soulburn. Sorry, I'm kind of yawning, guys. I just got off work. I wanted to make sure I did this video. Yeah. So before, it has this mana burst. And it was random. So they buffed the low amount? Is that all they did? Yeah. Before a 35% chance. Yeah, they just increased the lower amount. And then he has a 2 buff dispel now. Okay, now he's better. And gets an extra turn. Yeah, he's not bad. We got Pylus here. Honestly, guys, I really don't care about Pylus. Like, I've never used her. I never will use her. But she got a buff. I'm not even going to talk about it. Azalea. Who cares? Her base stats are shit. She's a 3-star. I don't care. Adley. Dispels and increase cooldowns. Okay, maybe if he gets a specialty change, this will be relevant. And they buffed Chaos Inquisitor. And I'm pretty sure I've said, like, in an old video that he needed more damage. The problem is, like, they buffed this all this stuff, which is kind of nice. But in reality, the dude needs more base stats, man. This isn't going to help that much. He needs the base stats. It's hard to get his stats high enough for him to do anything. So, I mean, it's cool that he got a minor buff here, but I don't think it really changes much. He's not going to see any more use. And then they changed how the souls work. I'm not really going to go over this. And they changed a bunch of descriptions on abilities and etc. Right? So, yeah, I guess that's going to wrap it up, guys. I don't want this to take too long. How many people were complaining? Yeah. Okay. Well, I think these are good balance changes overall. I mean, I don't get why they buff 3 stars that no one's going to use anyways. And unless you're like I know some people that like using Pylus. Sure. People have been asking for a buff on Leo. I think people have been still asking for a buff on Broman. Mango's been begging for Aramintha to get buffed. New, probably whispered in a bunch of ears to get Melissa buffed. And Ball and Cezanne, I don't even want to speculate on that because it's going to be sus, my speculation, and probably get this video demonetized. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Drop me a like if you appreciate this little analysis. This bedtime story, whatever you want to call it. Me reading to you with my lovely voice. If you're new here, there's a little button right down below the video. It says subscribe. I heard if you push that button, your penis actually grows in length. I haven't tested it myself, but I've heard this. So, give it a try. What do you got to lose? Alright, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace. Fuck.